If you're at work and your boss comes up to you and is like, hey, can you pick this up? I fucking said no. If you can't say no, then you're just a fucking yes man. Hey gods, what's up? Welcome back to Here There Be Gods. I'm Mitch, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of saying no. Because believe it or not, that small two-letter word is a lot harder for most people to say than you would think. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got kids and I say no like fucking Oprah. You get a no. You get a no. You get one. You get one. But when it comes to our peers and our friends and family, actually maybe friends and family are a little different, but when it comes to our colleagues, our peers, fucking the neighbors, we just seem to have this kind of innate drive to be people pleasers. So we say yes because it helps us avoid conflict. And if we're lucky, we get that sweet, sweet validation.
So exciting, isn't it?
From someone who really, their validation isn't really worth dick. So what are we going to do about that? You definitely want to learn how to empower yourself to say no to people, because if you can't say no, then you're just a fucking yes man. And we don't want that for you. So stick around till the end of the video and maybe you'll feel even more motivated to say no. Don't say no now. Say yes now and no after. Right, validation. The validation that we get when we say yes to something that we didn't really want to do. Granted, we don't always realize when we say yes that we didn't want to do it. So this comes back to a little bit of that thing called mindfulness, where you need to check in with yourself to make sure that when you answer someone, that it's from a place of, yes, I would like to help you, or I don't want to. Again, that's actually probably another thing, is that we seem to feel like we need to make an excuse in order to say no, when we should be able to just say no. But if you feel like you need to make an excuse, go and make that excuse. Just remember that every time you say yes to something that you don't want to do, what you're doing as well is you're saying no to something that you do want to do. What you're saying to yourself is that your energy, values, and the things that you care about don't mean fuck all to you. When you say yes to doing something that you don't want to do. I get it. Okay, sometimes it's really awkward when you're trying to just live your life and someone asks you, hey, can you give me a hand to move this thing? And it's awkward to say, nah, not really. I don't want to. If you're like me and you've got autism, it's almost like a double dosing of wanting to people please, because like, one, they're my friends and I do care and I want to make their job easier. And the second one is it feels socially like you should definitely do it because that's what people do. Of course I can help you move. The other thing is maybe you don't want to come across as a selfish prick by saying no. But the thing is, you can't pour from an empty cup. So, I mean, if your cup's completely full and someone says, hey bro, can you give us a hand with this? You go, yeah, sure bro, I can help. You go do that. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. It's when you're fucked. You've had a long week and you've got Saturdays, your day, you've been like, man, I've been waiting all week just to wake up, do fucking nothing, and then I'm going to spend the weekend doing washing, chores around the house and all this sort of stuff. And someone goes, hey, can you help me move this fucking shit from one end of the city to the other end? And you're like, yes. And then you do that, and then come Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, you're like, fuck, I did not do any of the stuff I wanted to do. And if you don't do the things that you want to do, then you're just going to slowly drain yourself, and those close to you suffer usually. If you're anything like me, when you can pour your cup out and you don't fill it back up, the ones that suffer are not actually yourselves. It's not me. Like, I don't suffer when my cup's empty. The ones around me do. I mean, to be fair, then once I make them suffer, once I make everything kind of miserable around because my cup's empty, no one likes me. No one wants to talk to me, and then the mood gets all fucking gross, and it does eventually affect me. But the point is, if I had said no to the gym, for example, I fucking love training, especially this current culture, this gym culture, which is like, train hard. If you don't fucking train insane, then you'll just remain the same. Sometimes I have to learn how to say no to the gym, because it's like, nah, bro, you really do have some things you need to take care of. So I suppose it does come back down to being mindful, prioritizing. God, ain't it a fucking chore sometimes just to exist? I mean, it's not really a fucking chore, is it? Let's be honest. I am grateful to be alive. Let's practice some gratitude very quickly. Middle of the video, we're going to stop. We're going to take a deep breath in. I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that I am fortunate enough to be able to sit here and talk to people who may or may not ever take my advice at all. Right, moving on from that. If you keep saying yes when your cup is empty, you're likely to burn yourself out. And who wants that? Not me. And definitely not you. If you want to be burnt out, shit, there's heaps of things you could be doing to burn yourself out. But trust me, it's not a fun thing. Especially if you have a family, right? Because they don't want that for you. So that's just another thing. Being mindful about the stuff that you say yes to. So here's what you can do. The next time somebody asks you to do something that doesn't quite vibe with you. No, I'm not talking about the dishes. I'm not talking about chores around the house. I'm talking about gatherings that you may not really want to attend, helping people move, feeding someone's cats, looking after someone's kids, picking up a cake. The next time someone asks you to do something like that, just say no. Or, nah, I'm okay. Look, I'd like to help, but I really can't. Or I'm going to pass on that. Or something along those lines. That's good enough. All right, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe them a motherfucking thing. Just saying no is enough. It's going to be difficult and uncomfortable at first to say no, and then you're going to be faced with this silent, oh, let it be silent. It's okay. You don't have to fill that silence with an explanation at all, okay? If they get salty about you saying no, that's on them. That's not on you. Boundaries are there for a reason, and it's important that you're able to implement boundaries for yourself. To be fair, this also goes at work as well. If you're at work and your boss comes up to you and is like, hey, can you pick this up? Don't just automatically say yes because they're your boss. That's going to run you into the ground very quickly. If someone can't handle your no, when you say no to them, if they can't handle it, that's on them. That's their problem. That is their thing that they need to work on. It's not your problem at all. You're just protecting your peace and your well-being and your own energy. And that is probably something that you need to do more of if you can't say no and if you struggle with that kind of stuff now. So remember, saying no is not about being a fucking asshole at all. It's not about just being a prick and saying nah. And giving back to the community, giving back to people is always good. And it does feel good to help people when you can. It's more about saying no after you've checked in with yourself and realized if I say yes to this, I may be missing out on other things in my life that I should be paying attention to. The other thing is there are people out there that are quick to say no to taking their kids to the park, but they're very happy to say yes to getting on the piss with the bros, or going shopping with the girls, or going fucking drinking with the girls and going shopping with the bros. I don't know. It's not always about just saying no for the sake of it. Especially in these times, it's very hard to say no when there doesn't seem to be a very good reason why you should say no. The kids are like, can we have takeaways? And it was a lot easier when you can say, no, we don't have the money for that. But really, now it's like, well, I've got money for that, but I'm just saying no, and I fucking said no. But I mean, to be fair, maybe saying I fucking said no to someone who asks you if you can help them move a fridge or something is probably a quick way to have no friends. All right, gods, that's it for today. The importance of saying no. Next time you're tempted to say yes, when you really want to say no, take a step back and think, damn, is this really something that I want to do? Do I want to pour from my empty cup into their cup at the expense of myself? No, I don't think so, because then those that are close to me are likely to suffer, or I'm just going to be a miserable prick. So don't do that. Keep your power, keep your peace, and the next time you're looking around, wondering if someone can help you move, be like, damn, here there be gods. And are we going to leave where there be gods? Namaste, right here. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't. Chuck down a comment. Don't say fucking no. Unless you learn how to say no in this video, in which case, more power to you.